What was your first date with him? What'd you guys do?
I was on set for his music video.
Well, that's where you guys met, sort of.
Oh, first date?
Yeah, first date.
I mean, that kind of was, in a weird way, it was kind of like a first date. Like he had me on set, and we had moments where like we had eaten, like we were eating like the lunch or dinner or whatever it was for the set, off to the side, and he didn't ask me on a date, but it ended up having a very date feel to it, and like I was kind of sitting there, and that's when I tell everyone like that's kind of when it clicked for me and him of just. It was for the first time people had like set down their cameras and he wasn't on camera, and it was like the first time like we were just eating and like it felt like a date. So I'd have to say that was like our first date. But other than that, oh my God. Because the other thing is too, we kind of started dating, like officially dating during COVID. And one of the first like dates, he set up a restaurant at his house called Restaurant DePaul. And he had like this whole menu made and stuff like that. So we like ate because we couldn't really go out to eat because everything was closed down. So like,
did he cook the food, or did he have people come and cook the food for you guys?
He actually cooked the food.
Really?
I have to say, he went from being the chef to taking the chef hat off to like being a server. Like that's like the side that people don't really get to see, which is great. But yeah, I was actually surprised.
And what does Jake Paul cook?
He cooked eggplant parmesan.
Really? That's actually really impressive.
I was like, dude, it's like chicken parm. I'm like, okay, eggplant.
No, well,
now you're talking.
I don't eat chicken. So he cooked him chicken, but he cooked me eggplant. So.
Okay, that's still impressive.
Pretty cute.
Though.
I know, right?
I like hearing the romantic side of him. Like you say, you don't always get to see that, and I think that's.
No, you don't get to see that side of him at all. And so like I think it's cool. I always encourage him to kind of, I get he has to be tough and like that's great, but I think people need to see a little bit of the other side of him as well.
Back to Jake though. What's the most extravagant thing he's done for you?
Oh God. Well, okay, so we compete a lot, and that's like I think what I love about our relationship is we're very competitive. And one time he never got a prom or graduation because he dropped out of high school. So one time I threw him this huge prom, whatever, and so like, of course, knowing Jake, he was like, okay, well, I have to one up this. So then he literally rented out an amusement park and like made it. Of course, it's called Amusement DePaul. He like names everything after. But literally, I just thought it was us, and he had rented it out, and we like were like on the amusement park rides and stuff, and went down to the beach, and we came back, and then literally all our friends were there. So it was literally like, not only did he rent it out, he flew in my sister, and like I was just like, what the hell? Like it was just insane.
Wow.
So, like that was definitely one of the most extravagant things he's done. But
That's
I mean,
really
he's like.
cool.
Even when we went to Miami after his last fight, we were in Miami. He had like rented us out like a yacht. We went on a yacht. Then we went and like played with monkeys. And it was when he was actually trying to ask me to be his girlfriend. And he had a plane. I missed it because I'm an idiot. But he had a plane over that said, "Will you be my girlfriend?" Didn't see it, but it still was there.
That's awesome. I love these stories. I think they're just fun. I don't know if Adam told you, but we like to just humanize Hollywood. That's kind of like our thing. And I like hearing like the human side of these people that you see. We see him on his vlogs. We see him being crazy and wild, and that's his reputation. But I like hearing the other side of it.
And that's one of the main things I think, like when we actually sit down and talk, I mean, even on my end too, people see a certain light of me that, they already have their stigma about, or they have their, what they think, who they think I am. And I think it's important that like, I'm able to show him in that light, even if it's just a glimpse of like, there is a human there, and he does have a heart. As much as he hates to admit it, there is a heart inside of him. And I think it's cool to like actually let people see that.